Hello, hello, hello. Trust everybody had a good holiday weekend last week, and we're glad to see Kathy here today. She looks rested and ready. And good to see everybody. I guess we can get started. It's right at 11. I'm John Lee with St. Louis Real Estate Investors Association. Today is Friday, September the 9th, 2022. We're here with Miss Katharyn Davis to fill us in on all the great stuff going on in our legal system around here. So Kathy, good to see you.
Well, I've been dealing with some municipal stuff this morning, so I'm not pleased with the municipal system as we speak. However, I can tell you that you may have heard Berkeley repealed their ordinance limiting rental properties to 30% of a block. Instantly, many properties in Berkeley sold. I actually had a client who was handling the estate of his dad on behalf of his mom and his mom's sister, or maybe it was his grandfather, and on behalf of the two daughters, and they couldn't sell the property in Berkeley because of that rule, but that was repealed. I have to give some kudos to Charlie Hinderleiter of the Realtors, because I think he was following that at the meetings and, drumming up support. Although I was just speaking to a client who has another difficulty in Berkeley, and they told me that Berkeley people still are not happy with them. Their inspections are ridiculous, and they have annual inspections even if occupancy doesn't change, and the requirements are onerous. And that brings me to the next thing, which is another Charlie Hinderleiter project, where the Realtors has banded together with many groups to try to get the municipalities in the county to adopt one standardized building code for the whole county. And I personally think that building inspection should be centralized, because I'm tired of this. Somebody's brother-in-law needs a job and they become a building inspector and they know nothing. Because we deal with that, with summons based on that and everything a lot. I feel like I'm spending a lot of time yelling at prosecutors. So if you're realtors, if you have an association with the Realtors, or maybe your leadership here could reach out to Charlie, and I think he's got like 27 organizations signed up to support this effort. And I can tell you that it's very frustrating for us as attorneys, when someone calls and says, can they do this? Well, there's, 90 plus municipalities. Some of them are online, some of them aren't. Some of them have their municipal codes online, some they don't, we don't know. And then they're all having meetings all the time, up to more mischief, passing new stupid rules. It's difficult to keep up with them. The city, at least when the city does stupid stuff, it's one place that you have to deal with them. So we don't have too much new going on in our courts, COVID related or otherwise. We're all heading towards the home stretch of this year. We have one judge in the city, Judge Perkins, who is still doing a blended remote and in-person docket. And I don't know how he can stand it. It just takes so long. But we don't think that he's going to switch this year. We're hoping that we'll get a judge next year in that division who will feel more comfortable going fully in person. In the county, they're pretty much in person. And I'm on a Missouri Supreme Court committee that's going to look at rules for remote appearances. And I don't think we're going to start our work until after the first of the year on that. But we certainly are in a really different place than we were before the pandemic, when we thought remote was going to happen, but it was going to take a long time. Now we've kind of all done it. And so we know pros and cons, and we're going to figure out how to do it. I really dislike doing these bulk dockets remote, though, because you have all these, tenants who are responding, and they can't mute and they can't unmute, and they can't get to the breakout room, and they're inappropriately dressed, and it's a 9 o'clock in the morning docket, and they're having a beer or a cigarette, or they're driving their car, or they're in their pajamas, or they're yelling at the kids, or the dog is barking. And it just is very distressing and distracting and takes a long time. Some of the judges just kind of roll with it, but some of them get really upset when all this is going on. And I'm thinking, now I know what you've been now you know what we've been dealing with all these people that, do this. I still have people coming to court as soon as yesterday that are getting help from getting rental assistance from Safer. So I guess they still have money. When you look at the website on the state of Missouri, they say they're still funding and they'll be funding through 2023. I do have more people now who say they've been turned down. I don't know why. I can guess, but I don't know why. But, some of them are still getting paid. I'm hoping that's helping some of our clients to get some of this money. I'm stunned sometimes at some of them that come into court and how much money they owe and how much the landlords tried to work with them and that kind of thing. And then they come in and they just want more time to fool around. Or, oh, I applied for Safer yesterday. Well, you owe 4 months. I mean, I want you to get help if you need help, but you got to help yourself too. We are also referring people to United Way again, which was a big source of emergency rental assistance funding and utility funding prior to the pandemic. They have a hotline. I think it's 211, just like 911, only it's 211. And we'll tell people to call it, call it. United Way has agencies and churches that they can reach out to. Oh, I see somebody's airplane. And I see Jim's airplane. And if the person can get help, get assistance paying their rent, then that's great. What else was I going to say about that? There's plenty of jobs. There's plenty of jobs. So people who say, I've lost my job, I can't find a job, I feel a little skeptical about that. Okay, wait, David's asking a question in the chat. Let me see. Is the county administration building open to the computers on the 3rd floor, just only on the 1st floor? Well, today you wouldn't be able to park anywhere near it because it's the art fair. And I can tell you the last time I was in there, which was within the last couple of weeks, I only went to the 1st floor because I had to deliver a tax redemption check for a client. So I'm not sure, but I think it is. I think it is. When you say the computers on the 3rd floor, gosh, it's been so long since I went up there. Is that the recorder of deeds? Or they're higher up, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I think it's 3rd or 4th, but yeah, the recorder of deeds where you can see if mortgages, have been filed. So if I do a loan, I want to make sure that my deed of trust got recorded, and I can go up on those computers on the 3rd floor.
Oh yeah.
Stuff but they were doing the construction and COVID, and you just could sit at the booths down on the 1st floor and talk to some yin yang behind a window, and they didn't know how to do anything with computers.
Those are the assessor people, I think. Yeah, I don't know. The one thing, I mean, I think it might be open, but I'm not 100% sure. But you can go online on that Tapestry app, and you have to pay a fee, but it's like, I think $6.95 or something, and you can get pull recorded documents. If you go to the Recorder of Deeds online website, it'll lead you to that. The other thing I will say is we record remote too. We do it through Simplifile, and the backlog seems to be gone. Instead of waiting weeks for recorded documents to come back, we're getting a turnaround within a few hours now. So I got to think they're open and they got people there working. But today's the art fair. There's no parking anywhere, so steer clear or Uber over or whatever. Okay, so I don't have too much else except, I think we're just living with COVID as it is, and things are more or less back to normal for us, except for our one judge in the city who, bless his heart, is still letting some of these people appear remotely. Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah, hey, Kathy, I've got another one. It's David Randolph.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
my tenant abruptly left my rental house in Wright City and left behind about a $3,000 or $4,000 bill that I want him to pay, but I've got no forwarding address and can't really find them. Is there any way that Chris, would be able to go after them for that $4,000?
we can do some things. First of all, when you sent the security deposit letter, did that bounce back?
Yes.
Okay, did it happen to have a new address?
No, it didn't.
Do you put forwarding service, address correction requested, anything like that on your envelope?
Yeah, I did. I did certified mail too.
Well, because we put that special language on the envelope, and so sometimes it'll bounce back with a sticker on it with the new address. Do you have their social?
Yes, I should have the social.
We can run a credit bureau report, and I don't recommend doing that immediately. I recommend waiting a few months till they've had a chance to get turned down for credit at a new address or,
Okay.
realize a new employment. And we can sometimes find addresses that way. And another thing that we can do is we can look on CaseNet and see if we find them getting sued in a new address. But the more information you can give us, the better. Sometimes with these, it's better just to give them to a collection agency. I think it's smarter to have us do it if we've already gotten the judge, an eviction judgment for you. But if you're starting from scratch, it might be better just to start with a collection agency that will do more extensive skip tracing than we will.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have a recommendation for a collection agency?
No, but you know what? I'm going to develop that. We had one we sent people to and they closed down. So, or if anybody else has something, remind me next month and I'll try to have a name for you guys by then. I'm kind of looking for a new credit checking agency and a new collection agency. And there's a lawyer in Kansas City who I like, who I think is doing good work, and he does straight collections. And I'm going to call him too and see if he'd be interested in referrals. Okay, post my phone number. Wait a minute. Okay, and before that, Bruce has business entity, use S Corp. Yeah, you know what? We really like you to check with your CPA on those questions about whether you're better off having an LLC, an S Corp inside the LLC, and that kind of thing. And I don't think you need a DBA for the checking account. I think you can just use your entity name. I can tell you that my law firm is a pass-through LLC for whatever that's worth, but I'm not buying and selling real estate either. I'm not worrying about capital gains. Tax was my worst class in law school. So I always say, call the accountants. I don't know. Okay, guys, anybody got anything else? I hope you're all doing well. I guess I'll see you next month.
Thank you, Kathy. Great update.
Thanks, guys.
Good seeing you.
Talk to you
Thanks
later.
again.
Hey,
Bye.
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. Anybody got anything you want to buy and sell today?
Yeah.
Got a lot of activity going on, I know, around our area.
Yeah, they,
Yeah, I've got a 2007 white Malibu.
Okay.
Oh, real estate. Sorry.
yeah. Well, if the back seat is out of it, we can stick lumber in it. We might be interested in for a utility vehicle. Some of us landlords. I know somebody that's got an early 2000s Impala. He uses, that's his work truck. He's got the back seat out of it and sticks lumber right on through.
You could rent it, put it out in a park or something and rent it for a small short-term rental, David.
There you go.
Could have a different location every night.
Well, they already, what's the company that does the renting your personal vehicles too? You can do that. Like,
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's Turo, and I just found out about it. I'm doing a Turo rental in Tampa, Florida, because the airport was $138 a day for a rental car from Tampa International Airport, $138 a day. And Turo, Turo, I think what it is. I went onto there and got one from some guy for like $42 a day with it. So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. I want to see if the car actually shows up, but it sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, Laura and her daughter just did that in Albuquerque. They just was there over the weekend for a wedding, and yeah, it was a real smooth setup. It was a lot less money, but the guy had it at the airport, and gave him just directions or whatever, or gave him descriptions, and then they went in the short-term parking, and then paid the little exit fee, and then they dropped it off the same way when they left, and it worked really good for them.
Short-term parking.
Good.
So yeah, it's a good service.
Glad to know that. I know one time, it's been years ago, I was trying to shortcut the high expenses of the rental car agencies, and found a place that rented used cars. And when I got into the airport, I had my reservation with them, Mary, and got in the airport, went to their booth. Well, they didn't work after 5 o'clock. They closed their booth up at 4 or 5 o'clock, and there was nobody there to get me to where the car was. Fortunately, I kept my high priced reservation, and so I did have a car. But no, I know there's been a lot of improvements, and people doing personal rentals now. So glad to hear that's working. Good. I see Mary's got her hand up. You got something for us today, Mary?
Well, I'm looking to buy. I just found out from my landlord yesterday that I am not allowed to have any roommates because he's not comfortable with me I was going to basically like rental hack. You know how people do house hacking? But anyways, so I was going to rent out to other people and cover my expenses. But unfortunately, he's cut off that opportunity. So that means by October 31st, I need to either get all my stuff out of here and move. And anyways, I would like to be in the county, and I would like to house hack or have a multifamily. So the more bedrooms, the better, because that's more renters for me. And then it would be ideal if it had flat floors or some sort of flat layout, because my kind of fantasy dream is to bring my dad back home. He's in assisted living right now. And of course he has Parkinson's and dementia. I can't do stairs, that sort of thing. But I can always put like one of those baby gates over, the stairs or something. I don't know. But like there needs to be at least one bedroom on a main level, so that, in a shower, like, so that if I took him back home, I mean, that's kind of like, I guess my like dream. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but at least I can buy a property that does that. And then if it doesn't happen, oh well, I don't know. But I looked in Overland, I'm looked in Maryland Heights, so Creve Coeur, that kind of thing. St. Charles, I don't know if I want to do like the whole river thing, like driving over it all the time. But I don't know, does anybody have any anything that's like residential? Does somebody want to talk? Is this ringing any bells for anyone? Does anybody have anything?
Yeah. Anybody got a multi-bedroom, 3, 4, 5 bedroom in the St. Louis County?
Yeah, or like a duplex maybe, or
duplex. Okay, yeah.
or triplex or quadplex or anything like that.
That's how I got started in the rental business. Was I bought 2 duplexes in the St. Anne. Been one of my better turns.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys recommend I start smaller, like with like 2 bedroom? I mean, I at least have to have something, and I can rent somebody even if I'm house hack. I can't just have a 1 bedroom, you know what I mean? But
No,
I don't know, advice or whatever.
Yeah, mine were 2-bedroom duplexes. Yeah, 3-bedroom duplexes are a little harder to find. But yeah, I think most of them are at least 2 bedrooms.
Well, if it's a duplex, then it doesn't have to have 3 bedrooms, because then, because the whole point of having multiple bedrooms was so that I could rent them out to house hack. But if it's a duplex, then it's already hacked because there's already half of it to rent, so that was more like, I just want to have a bedroom for like my dad potentially.
No, that would be a good well, you probably find that easier finding a duplex for sale than a really large house. Any duplex would be probably more reasonably priced than in the county. Because, you know, that duplexes are rental properties and they're based on the rental income that they can generate, not just the demand. There's a lot more demand for single family houses. So,
I haven't seen any duplexes other than in St. Anne by the airport. I haven't seen anything in the county whatsoever.
that's a good place, close to the airport too. People that travel and don't want to be close to the airport. What's the problem is the car rental places have been buying up around where my duplex was. That street is still there, but car rental agencies have been buying up other properties along Cypress Road as they expand and want to be close to the airport too. So, but there's a couple of streets of duplexes around off of Cypress Road in St. Anne. Now, I haven't checked lately to see if there's anything for sale there.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good.
super quiet. But I mean, if you guys don't have what I'm asking for, tell me what you do have. It seems like it's real quiet right now. Nobody's talking.
Yeah. Anybody got anything for sale? Yeah, other than Dave's Malibu. Got anything without wheels for sale that you can live in?
Mary, is there a reason you don't want to try buying a house that's large enough?
No, I bet I would buy a house. What do you mean? That was one of the things I asked for. What do you?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh no, I'm willing to buy a house, like for sure. Yeah, if it has enough bedrooms. I'm just really concerned about the cash flow of it, of course. So, you know, I want to make sure that it has enough rooms for like me to have multiple. Because I had actually interviewed renters for my current place I'm at, that now I'm being told I can't have roommates, as that was kind of changed on me. I actually have 2 young ladies that I think would be great renters. They're super sweet, and I'd love to give them a place to go. So I technically already have 2 people lined up if I do it quickly enough. But anyway, go ahead with what you have. Do you have a house for me, Dwayne?
No, I don't. But I do know that there's one in my neighborhood that looks like it just went vacant. And I know they put in 2 of those windows so they could convert the basement. And I think it's like 5 bedrooms, and that's more than what you need. And you don't need the stairs to get down to the basement with your dad. But other than that, it's pretty much a ranch house. But I
it's
don't
a
know if it's for
ranch,
sale or not.
I wonder how they get 5 bedrooms into a ranch. Must take up a lot of space. That's amazing.
Well, when you go in the basement and put in those escape windows, it adds bedrooms.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, that takes a three bedroom and converts it to a 5.
Yeah, and I'd be careful though too, because you check the municipality code, because I know this happened to me up in Kirksville at the college up there. If you have, I believe it was 5 women or more, they considered it a brothel, and so that you couldn't have 5 unrelated females in one house. I'm not kidding you. And this is in Kirksville, Missouri. At the college. So just watch your municipality for how many unrelated family members you can, put into a house.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't know Kirksville had that kind of problem, but I know one of the municipalities, was it Town and Country or some of the one nice neighborhood in St. Louis County passed an ordinance like that a while back. I remember hearing about it on the news. A couple of unrelated parties were wanting to buy a house and they were being blocked by the municipality. So
Blackjack was one of those, Lloyd, that got in
Blackjack
trouble.
was okay. Yeah, I'm sure there's others, but it became a big news story because it was in a very fashionable neighborhood.
Oh, well, Blackjack had a problem with couples getting together, and
Somebody's saying something here. Somebody can't get their audio to work, but they've got something in Overland. What is this? Ranch in Overland with an attached rental.
Okay,
Okay, Melissa,
Melissa
gonna
mentioned
post-
her mouth earlier, and she couldn't. Weren't here, and I thought maybe she.
well, here's my email. Melissa, if you could write that down and send whatever information you have. And you're welcome to, I don't know how else to do it. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a declutterer, organizer, DIY person, but my time is short. I just feel like I kind of got screwed because I'm like, my time is just short. I was expecting to be able to rent hack and then get something, and I'm just like, bleh. I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do now. Okay.
Hey, Mary, read your email out loud because people catch this recording later. They can't
Oh.
get the chat box, so read your email out loud.
Yes, David, thank you. Okay, so Mary.Gallifrey, so it's MARY.GALOF as in Frank, RE @gmail.com. So yeah, I'm looking to house hack or multifamily it, or I mean, if you guys have some kind of deal, I mean, maybe I just need to start smaller. I don't know. I mean, I just need to do something because this place is going to be $1,200 a month by myself. No thanks. Yeah, not going to do it.
Okay, well, maybe we can, there's nobody here today that has something, maybe they'll find it. Yeah, like David says, well, a lot of people can't get here on a day, especially when Kathy Davis is talking, they want to hear it later, and they'll tune in to listen to the recording on our website, so we post them there.
Okay. Is everybody who's on here just wanting to buy also? Is that, or they're just here for
And a
them?
little bit of everything, every week we got a little bit of everything for.
No, we sold, but it sold instantly for cash. I guess, want to report the rehab in Winsville that we were doing. It sold the first weekend with a cash buyer from the hedge funds. They're still buying, apparently, unbeknownst to the big media CNN stores. They're in Winsville, Missouri, paying cash. They did an inspection, but they said everything's fine when you renovate a house. And so they said no changes on the inspection, all cash, sight unseen, still buying.
Well, I do want to add that I am a cash buyer, so I can technically compete, sort of, with the hedge fund. Sort of. I know they always want to pay more, but technically, I am a cash buyer. Just FYI for whoever's listening. Okay.
How much cash do you have?
I mean, so I have 130, and then in my checking account, I probably have another 30. But I was wanting to pay about 50, and then rehab for 50. So I really wasn't wanting to spend 130. But I mean, I'm kind of getting a little desperate. So I don't know how desperate I should be, but I'm just concerned about the time deadline. And then of the fact that my time is cut short. So now I was planning on having more time to do all the DIY. And now I'm just like, bleh. So then that means I probably have to pay more for it to be already done. It sucks. So.
Well, yeah, I've got another rehab in St. Charles City. I don't know if you want to go that far out.
Well, St. Charles is a nice area. I wasn't it's cute. I like St. Charles. I mean, but you have another rehab. So I don't care if it's outdated, as long as it's livable. You know what I mean? If it has a sink and it has a bathroom, even if it's ugly, I don't care. I mean, but I can't it have no shower or something. You know what I mean? But so what do you got? What is it? Stats?
Well, we've kind of already started on the rehab already, so it probably ended up being too late. We've kind of demoed it, and so we've got, we're going to put an egress window in the basement. It's a pretty big ranch, but like I said, it's probably pretty far along because we've got, some of the demo work already done with it. So
yeah.
And so you'd have to finish rehabbing it.
Right. That's probably not gonna happen. Not in the tight timeline that I'm on, but okay. Well, thank you. All right. I guess I'll wait for whoever else listens to this later. I guess. I don't know.
Are coming to the next Friday. We get different groups of people that can tune in every week. Or come to our live in person September 20th again. And we'll do a haves and wants there. Seems like we got a mix of people that come there. We got a lot of people that come live that aren't available on Fridays and don't participate in this group, so
Right.
might have to find something there. Okay, anybody else got anything?
I have a question for Jim Chahoki.
Jim Choik? Okay, what do you got?
Yes, yes,
I know,
Dwayne.
I know you like to fly, and I was watching this TV program about people who fly pets, and I wanted to mention to you, if you don't know about that, they fly pets around to get them fixed somewhere else. There's a great doctor
Yes,
out in Denver that does it.
I have read some articles in some of my flying magazines about that.
Okay, and you're going to fly that DC-3 in the background?
No, that's from Oshkosh. I was up at Oshkosh in July, and that DC-3 was at the warbird display. It's actually a C-47, which is a DC-3 military version.
Yeah.
My airplane's actually going through annual inspection right now, so it's torn apart. Hopefully, we'll be back together later this month.
Good. Okay.
And it's
That's all.
not quite that big.
Okay, anybody else got anything?
I guess I had a question. It seems like every now and then I get all these ads, and I'm not sure where they come from. It's kind of ads, real estate guru ads. Like some guy recently called it hacking, and his name is Jack Sacamano or something. Has anybody heard of him? I'm not sure if he came because I signed up for some other group. It's like they sell your email, and suddenly there's 3 or 4 other real estate people or ads from other groups. You have no idea where they came from. So I have to unsubscribe to all these emails that keep popping up every now and then. But I don't know if anybody had heard of him and whether he was worth listening to, or I should just unsubscribe completely from that too.
Yeah, I've got to do that regularly. I either unsubscribe, usually I just block them because I don't know that's which is better. I was thinking if I unsubscribe to them, well, I never subscribed to your service anyway. Then you're going to know this is a real email address, so I just block those kind of things. No, and you won't get it through us. We don't sell our mailing list to anybody. So, yeah, probably because I get those too. Yeah, I've subscribed to things and then requested information from sites, and then boom, you get on a lot of other mailing lists that they send it to.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I saw on a Zoom meeting a month or 2 ago with William Cook, who's out of Georgia, and that was via Vina Jones Cox, and he suggested that you only have 3 different mentors or gurus or whatever you want to call them that you listen to, because I guess otherwise you'll get overwhelmed. So
Yes,
that
you will.
but he was suggesting, of course, John Heyer and Pete Fortunato, and I can't remember who the other person who he was suggesting, but yeah, so those are probably pretty good ones to stick to if you're going to stick to anybody.
Oh yeah, if Pete Fortunato's around, I don't know. We had him at our group a number of years ago. I'm not sure he's still on the road.
Oh, he still is. The problem with Fortunato is he talks over people's heads. You got to listen to him 3 times so you can understand what he's talking about. He knows so much. As far as I'm concerned, I've talked to other people. It's not just me. He just talks way over your head. He just knows a lot of stuff.
I've heard some good things about Bill Cook. One of our lunches, somebody was talking about, and then it was asking if we could get him to, it was right before COVID, and so he does some sessions. I think he's the guy that does the sessions going door knocking, and on a Saturday seminar he'll take a group out and we'll go door knock a neighborhood that has some prospective properties and techniques.
I know Bill Cook. He was associated with Dykes Boterford out of Atlanta, and a lot of the entity land trust type stuff. Dykes Boterford has produced materials for 20 years, and Bill Cook was, helping Dykes to kind of run some of his weekend conferences. I used to go to Dykes stuff, 3 times a year, of which Peter Fortunato was part of that group too. So yeah, Bill Cook is part of that same Pete Fortunato, Dyke Spotter for a group. And yeah, he likes this 1 square mile area radius for door knocking with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dave, I'm trying to think who Dykes and Pete and everybody, they all kind of get together with Johnson. What's Johnson's last name? That's the best mailing list to get on, and you can see all these things.
Well, it's Gary Johnson.
Gary
does
Johnson, that's
financial.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get on his mailing list, then you'll see all the good guys, because they all kind of coordinate together.
Yep, there's a lot of information out there. You have to sift through it. And yeah, those are good recommendations.
And don't forget about me for short sales.
And Dave for short sales. There you go.
I'm the only one out there.
What do you mean? Teaching people how to do it? Or what?
Yeah. In 2019, Lloyd and John Lee asked me to present on short sales, and we had 150 people show up. There was no room to even left to stand, and I had never presented before, and I was so scared I almost threw up, and I sat in the chair the entire 2 hours, and I gave a presentation on short sales. And then at the end of it, everybody got mad at me because there was nothing to sell them at the back table. So ever since then, I've been creating short sale courses, and I got one-on-one coaching now and stuff. I probably want to come back and do a presentation again for you guys, but I got students now. Christian Stamm just wholesaled a house, a short sale, FHA, bought it here in St. Louis for $95,000, sold it the same day for $195,000. He made $100,000 on wholesale by doing short sales, which is just a method to buy houses. And so, you can actually get a copy of that presentation because my wife recorded it. If you want to text the word short to my phone number, I can send it to you. But maybe I can come back sometime, John and Lloyd, and do another updated short sale presentation on today's market.
Sure. Yeah, we can arrange that. Are you doing workshops on a regular basis or just as
there was too many. I was doing them once a month and they wanted twice a month. And so I moved the whole thing to an online education portal. You can go to my website, davidrandolph.com, and go take a look at all of it. But yeah, I've got three workshops now. I've got one-on-one coaching students. I got students in 6 different states. And the banks are dumping the houses right now, and nobody knows it. Nobody understands it because of the moratorium and no payments for 18 months. All these people owe a lot of money they can't pay back, and they're getting foreclosed on. And you need to step in and help the family stay out of foreclosure and get them time to stay in the house longer. And then you can get the bank to pay them some money too. So, people don't realize it, but it's a crisis out there, and the banks are dumping the houses.
Yep, I know you said that in the past. Yeah, the banks are, now that the moratorium is over, banks are moving forward, business as usual.
Well, how do I get a hold of those bank lists? Because I could buy straight from a bank.
Get my video and I show you exactly where to go get the names and addresses. Just text the word short, my phone number, and I'll send you the video.
What's your phone number?
636-685-2990.
2990.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, anybody else got anything? Too bad Melissa doesn't have her mic audio working for us. She can tell us how things are going on the construction and roofing business. I've got an appointment with her on Wednesday. So we're looking forward to seeing you.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Insurance adjuster. No.
Well, I'd love to hear about what everybody's looking for just in general, because everyone's being so quiet. I figure, like, what's everybody's dreams and hopes with real estate? Like, what are you guys hoping to do with it?
Everybody's got a different agenda. Hey, yeah.
I know, that's what I want to hear.
Jim Choik's looking to retire and go to Mexico and scuba dive all the time and flies plane around.
Well, yeah, I'm probably gonna start liquidating my houses in another year or two and just do notes, a lot less hassle. Even with the property manager, I still got hassles, so.
It's still hassles, yeah.
It's still hassle, but it's
I
less
hired the
hassle.
wrong- Yeah, I had the
So-
wrong property manager once and it was more hassle dealing with the property manager than it was my 10 tenants, so I.
Well,
just-
you know, Dave just heard you say that, so.
Yeah, I know he did. I said the wrong property manager.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Didn't hire Dave. No, I didn't. I probably should have, but
Yeah, so I'm thinking about going more in the notes when I retire in another year or two, do that, so. But you're right, everybody's doing something different, wholesaling, fix and flip, buy and hold, notes. It's just whatever you want to do.
I'm in an exciting part in my life. Just you're talking about dreams and what you're doing, because I'm about to turn 59 and a half. There's a real neat quirky thing with Roth IRAs. At age 59 and a half, you can take the money out instantly. There's no penalty, no holdback or anything. So I can literally buy a house, rehab the house in my Roth IRA, sell the house, and then the next day take all the profit out and never be taxed on a single penny with it. So why would I do anything in my LLC anymore? I'll just do it all in my Roth IRA. And so you pay zero taxes forever, and then you can withdraw it when you're 59 and a half. So that's kind of an exciting thing, I think, coming up for me in the next couple of years.
yep, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
would agree with David. If you can invest in your Roth IRA, I have one of my rental houses is owned by my Roth IRA. So yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. That sounds really cool.
Yep, well, you gotta be a little older than you are, Mary, to take advantage
Well,
of it.
but you take advantage of, well, not really.
Oh, no,
I mean,
no. It's a good reason to open a Roth IRA now while you're
I
young.
have one.
Good, okay. Keep pumping money into it as much as you can every year. And you can do things within your Roth. And you know, if as long as you're gonna leave it there, you know, David's probably doing stuff in his Roth right now and leaving it in the Roth and building it. But when you get to 59 and a half, you can withdraw it and not pay a nickel in taxes.
Yeah, but you can own property in it now, or
Sure, you
rental
can own
house.
it now, sure.
all
You
the
can start
income
building it up, yeah.
Tax-free, yeah.
You can start
I
building it up
didn't
now.
know you could own property within an IRA. That's a new concept.
Now you
Well,
cannot live in it.
No,
You cannot live in it yourself.
not your
but
personal residence yet. But yeah, well, maybe we need to have, you haven't been to one of our equity trust presentations. We've had Equity Trust come and talk with us, and they've got a great educational program on what you can do with IRAs, Roth IRAs, 401ks, all that, and self-directed 401ks and Roths.
Is there an automatic text message that goes out for those meetings in person, those monthly meetings? Because I feel like that last one, I got I'm not big on mail, like paper mail, and I lost that in a pile of stuff, and I was really ticked off I missed that because those guys sounded awesome. That show and stuff.
Yeah, they were. No, if you go to our website, if you're not, well, if you're a member now, you should be getting an email to your email that you're registered with.
Yeah.
If you're not, even if you're not a member, if you go to our website and request one of the our ebook on there, you give them your address. I think we capture that, and we'll put you on our mailing list for a while, even if you're not a member. If you
No, I'm a member and I get the
Okay.
emails. I just don't
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Did I take down your email address?
Sometimes I don't just get the text of when I don't know. I didn't know if there was a text blast or something.
No, well, we do when we have some big events. John sent out some text blasts. Normally, it's just we just send out email blasts starting about the week and a half, a week before, and then a couple days right before the meeting. We send out email blast.
Okay.
If
Tim
you're
had a
not-
question.
What's that?
Tim just asked.
Oh, Tim, okay, yeah. Oh, what's the interest rate? If you bought a property in the last few
No.
month or so?
No, I'm wondering of all of you who have bought properties in the last month or two, what's the interest rate that you got for those who have had it financed?
We're cash buyers. So, yeah, anybody applied for a purchase money mortgage? No,
Or even
or
owner
refi?
financed?
Refi? Nope, doesn't sound like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Been 2 years since I refinanced. If you want to give a few, we do have, what's the JM Real Estate Capital is one of our vendors. You can find them on our website. They'll be glad to give you a quote. And suppose they're pretty competitive. Well, I think Scott did some financing with them a while back. I don't know how recent it was, but
yeah, I did a cash out refi. I forget, that was several months ago, and I got a 5.1 no buy down, or maybe I bought down a couple, but 5.1. The closing cost is kind of where they get you, but overall a decent experience, and got the money. From what I hear other investors talking about for like doing the refinancing and things, to look at, low 6s to almost 7, I guess, depending on, LLC versus personal, cash out refi versus purchase. That's kind of what I'm hearing. So it's up there.
Thanks.
So I see
Just
Bruce
like it
had a
was.
question. Did you guys see that Bruce's question?
Yeah, kind of got cut off there.
So
We had
Bruce's
that lady talk about
question.
the 401ks like a year or 2 years ago, and she said they were better than IRAs. So I don't know if anybody else had experience. And I guess the other part is, like Jim had mentioned months ago, a solo 401k may be better, and then you also you got some benefits to that. And if you can convert stuff into a Roth solo 401k self-directed, I don't know, it might have more benefits than a self-directed Roth IRA.
I could talk on this for like 4 hours, guys. Bruce, this is very near and dear to my heart. I'll try to answer it real simply and not give a seminar. You absolutely want to use self-directed 401ks because there's almost no penalty for a mistake. If you make a mistake in your traditional IRA or your Roth IRA, you lose the entire thing. All of it is distributed. If you make a mistake in a 401k, a self-directed 401k, then the penalty is only 15% of the infraction. So if your mistake, your infraction is changing a light bulb in your rental and you get caught, it's 15% of $35. That's what it costs to change a light bulb. 15, that's your penalty. So I implore people to graduate from IRAs to solo 401ks.
Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, only certain people are eligible for that, aren't they? Or not everybody can do that.
Well, you can make yourself eligible. Just like if you're going to get married, you're an eligible bachelor. You get your hair and you take a shower and you drive a nice car. So you make yourself eligible. And so what that means is, yes, you have to have your own company, your own LLC, so that you can form your 401k for your LLC with it. Okay. Now, if you work for a big corporation, it's real easy. Quit your job and then transfer the old 401k to to your new LLC. But look, John Hire teaches on this, and maybe you should have John Hire in sometime also.
Yeah, I want to make a disclaimer right here that we're not giving any legal advice, and you got to do your own due diligence. I did put a link in there for Equity Trust from last year, but and it's great to listen to what everybody does here, but really we are not giving any legal advice on anything, and every situation is different. In fact, because of what we're doing here, I'm going to put in a disclaimer now, I think, every time. We need to do that. Even with Kathy Davis, every situation's different. And I do appreciate everybody's input and feedback, but that's something we do want to be very clear on, that we are not an organization giving any kind of legal advice here. So, but yeah, the conversation is great, but just, definitely do your own due diligence, even on the properties people have for sale. We're not recommending anything. It's basically for your own, just your own, your own information here. So, I just want to be clear about that.
Thank you, John. I was about to say something similar, but you did a better job than I would have. Yeah, you should count before you do anything as far as farming entities. You should check with your own accountant on your situation and your own attorney to get recommendations on what kind of entity that you should operate your business on. And again, this is just we're just here for the networking opportunities we have for investors to share ideas. We're not attorneys or accountants, and we don't portray them on TV or on Zoom. But I know David is a good resource. So if you want to hear more from him, you can go to his website. We appreciate having him as a member and a regular contributor here on the. Oh yeah.
I want to be clear about that too.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just a lot of times that I know in some of the other groups that I'm in that, they got to be real careful on that, because people can take things different ways, and not everybody hears everything too. And we all kind of hear what we want to hear, but we just need to be out there, just be aware that we're not recommending a thing. And Kathy Davis, you can call her on the side, which I would recommend personally. Same thing with your accountant and all that. I know we've had accountants and a lot of professionals come to our group, but they, every situation is different. What I do with my taxes is going to be different from somebody else. And it's all great stuff though. And this is the place to network and learn though. That's what really brings us all together here. It's great. We just got to be clear. We're not recommending anything. So.
Yep. There's a lot of different entities to operate under. And when you're starting out, it can be a little overwhelming when you're starting out and don't know about all these, but it's best to get some education. Equity Trust is a good place to get information about all the self-directed opportunities there are, that you can do creative things with your real estate.
Yeah, I'll just jump in and add, and I apologize if I've been in and out. I've been fighting a connection here at a public place. I'm sorry about my poor audio, I'm sure too, but we were talking about some creative finance personalities with Vina and Bill Cook and Pete and things. And if I'm certainly heading in that direction. So if there's anybody that, has any properties that they want to sell, or if you're kind of getting tired of one of your own rentals or anything, would love to, see what you got and work out, a deal, a win-win, as John Lee always says in his creative discussion. So working out win-wins and, just seeing what we can put together, kind of doing deals together, almost a partnership of sorts. I just kind of feel like that's the way that real estate's headed right now. There's certainly tons of cash buyers, and trying to set myself apart from that. And I'm young and I've got energy and I've got rentals and things like that, and learning a lot of different exit strategies to employ, and just looking for more opportunities. So I'll put my email in the chat if you guys have anything, or if you know of anybody or any wholesalers in here that might have deals with low equity, deals that they just can't close or don't see working out. Give me a call or email. I'll put my stuff in there. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Scott. And let's see, looking in the chat, Nick he said he did a cash out refi, a 6-1 arm, and he got 4.75%. Okay. Okay, yeah, Scott's got his stuff in there now. Oh, and he saw that, what was that IRA trust? Equity Trust is one company that we've had speak with us. We making, in fact, they've done a couple of Saturday seminars, which were very well attended in the past. And maybe it's time for us to think about that again. Getting that education out there. In fact, you get ideas. Hey, come on to, I got a great suggestion. On our September 20th, live and in person, we're going to have all the board, well, as many board members as we can get this to a panel discussion. And I got a couple of the nominees that were going to be on our the 2023 board. We'll be having a group discussion, and we're always looking for ideas. We're planning now for what programs we're going to have line up for our next year. So bring those ideas with you, and you'll have plenty of board members there we're looking to gather that information to who. What do you want to say? Because we're here for you, our members, and our board is made up of our dues paying members, and so we just want to see what programs our membership is wanting to do and have us get going. So glad to get new ideas for people to speak to, and then a lot of people we had in the past. Yeah, we haven't had them for a while. Maybe we ought to call them back again. We got a lot of newer members, so that haven't heard Pete Fortunato or some of the guys that have been around a while. Like I said, I didn't realize Pete was still making the circuits, but no.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
I'm really interested in a potential session on LRA properties and just understanding how those work, and if there's anyone successfully in our entire city, like case studies of people who are successfully making any money on those at all.
Yeah, I don't know about making money on them. We have had some people from the city talk about programs that the city has to turn around properties, and LRAs are one of the those are city-owned properties. Yeah, it's been a couple years ago now, but yeah, that'd be a good topic. We can get that person or whoever's taking that person's position now, if they're not in, they might have moved on to a different city office. But yeah, we had them speak in the past.
Yeah, because what I was wanting to know is, if there's just any testimonials about anyone doing anything great with those.
Okay,
it seems I hear so much negativity.
I think Amber Gray, one of our current board members, I think she had some dealing with LRAs. I think she bought some empty lots, and she was looking to do build a new project on an LRA lot that she had acquired. So she's had some experience, and Avi comes. I know she'll be. Hopefully, she'll be on the panel. Maybe you can get her to. We're going to open it up for questions. We got a group. We got some questions where we're going to ask every panel member that's up on the 20th. And then we're going to open it up and have at least the last half hour. Maybe we'll have more if we're open up for questions for anything. Like I said, that's something that you could ask. And I know Amber's got some experience with dealing with the LRA.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, anybody else got anything? What's Nick asking? looking for, we're also in the market for wholesale cash buys or multifamily deals. Okay.
And like Dave said earlier, if Scott or Nick want this recorded on the video because the chat doesn't get recorded, they may want to talk out loud and tell people what their number and emails are if they want to do that.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. This is Scott Winkleman. You can email me at upwardprops@gmail.com, 314-807-8004. Looking for creative deals, seller finance, subject to anything creative. Thanks.
Okay, and I'm not sure if Nick has got his audio on, but I'll give his phone number. He's looking for host. He's in the market looking for a wholesale batch buys or multifamily deals. So, and next number is 314-229-2290. Hey, he's got an easy to remember number. 229-2290 in the 314 area code. Okay. Anybody got anything else today? Well, if not, hopefully I talked you into coming and showing up for our September 20th meeting. It should be a good one. And our next be here next, we got another meeting here next Friday on the 16th before then. So unless you got anything else, John, I'm ready to sign. I'm getting hungry for lunch. I was up early.
Hey, good to see everybody. Yeah, it's
A lot of good input.
yeah, great stuff. Yeah, we got a lot of things coming up. Just watch your emails. If you don't watch your paper mail, well, then look at your emails, but you can always go to the website, STLREIA.com. It should be as up to date as we can possibly do it. We all are volunteers, so we don't have it the next day sometimes, but it's within a couple of days. So just, and if you'd like to help, feel free. Whatever you could help with, we could probably find a spot for you. So always keep it in mind. But good to see everybody.
Yep, always look for help. The meeting is up on our website. I got it up this week. So
yeah,
great. You there? Okay. Take care.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.